Welcome, everyone. We are so happy today to bring you a Homemaker Leader lesson that is healthy outdoor cooking. I'm Miranda Brooks. I am one of the Fayette County Family and Consumer Science agents here.
And my name is Caroline McMahon. I am the other Family and Consumer Sciences agent here in Fayette County. We are excited that you are here today, and hopefully you will learn a lot of good tips and tricks for healthy outdoor cooking. All right, so what we're going to cover today, we'll go over how to pack a cooler safely with the weather warming up, spring and summer coming up. You might want to have a picnic or grill outside, so we'll teach you how to do that safely. We'll also go over grilling safety and nutrition reminders for when you're cooking food on the grill. We'll do campfire safety, how to build a fire and safely put one out. And then we will have an edible veggie campfire demonstration that is fun for the whole family at the end.
So first off, it'll be how to pack a cooler. We know it's an exciting time as summer and spring is embarking on us. So as you can see, hopefully on the slide, we have a little display here of an actual cooler. I wanted to break down some things that are important in terms of packing your cooler. First, of course, we have the cooler itself. We want to make sure we choose a well-insulated cooler with thick walls. Before you actually pack it, though, make sure you wash it with hot and soapy water and let it air dry out. Next, we want to have our fruits and vegetables. Whether a snack or a side, fruits and vegetables are great for a meal outdoors. So you want to make sure that those fruits and vegetables are served in airtight containers to preserve their quality. And as you can see in the cooler, it's kind of stacked on that top side that we'll get started with those. We then have healthy snacks. Healthy snacks are your favorite healthy snacks we want you to incorporate in your cooler. And that should go on top for easy access to those snacks. You want to portion them out. The perishable foods like cheese and yogurt, also in airtight containers. And then you have your ice. You want to layer ice on the bottom of the cooler between each layer of food and on top. The fuller the cooler it will stay. You have your meat products. Meat should be stored in an airtight container at the bottom of the cooler to prevent cross-contamination. And then lastly, milk and other beverages. After adding a thin layer of your ice on the bottom, pack the beverages first, especially if they are perishable like milk. Now, I realize that I kind of did those orders from top to bottom, so we will have where you will want to reverse that and have it where you're starting that bottom. So your milk and other beverages, meat products next, that layer of your ice, healthy snacks to complete it off with your fruit and vegetables up at the top. While you are planning, when you pack the cooler, make your meal away from home count by planning meals and snacks around nutrient-rich foods like fruits, vegetables, dairy foods, whole grains, and lean meats.
All right, so next we're going to go over some grilling safety and nutrition reminders for when you're out there grilling your food this summer. So we all know the scent of charcoal and delicious meats and marinades cooking on the grill are sure signs of summertime. As we spend more time cooking outdoors, it's important we also remember food safety and nutrition. So food safety ensures that food is prepared and cooked in a way that kills harmful bacteria that can cause foodborne illness, which we want to avoid. Many grilling safety practices are the same as with indoor food preparation, but we're still going to go over them today, just as a reminder. So first, wash your hands for at least 20 seconds with soap and warm water before and after handling all food. Do not cross-contaminate, like Miranda said. You want those raw meats in the bottom of your cooler, and you also don't want to cross-contaminate any raw meat with other foods that will be consumed. Make sure you're washing your cutting boards, your cutlery, and dishes before prepping each new item, and always use a clean platter when removing foods from the grill. So don't put your raw meats on a plate, put it on the grill, and then put that cooked meat back on the same plate where the raw meat was without cleaning it first. And then safely defrost your frozen foods in the refrigerator, microwave, or cold water. So I know a lot of people typically will just set something out of the fridge to thaw it, but that is actually not safe. It's sitting at a temperature where that bacteria can grow, so you want to make sure you use the refrigerator and put it in there a couple days ahead of time, the microwave, or in cold water, not hot water. Make enough, if your recipe requires marinade for your food, do so in the refrigerator and make enough to divide between raw meats and the sauce. So again, you don't want to take that leftover marinade from the raw meat and put it on your cooked food. That will cross-contaminate those cooked foods. And when grilling, always use a meat thermometer to make sure the meat is cooked to a high enough temperature to kill any of bacteria that could have potentially grown. So cook ground meats, including beef, pork, lamb, and veal, to an internal temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Other cuts of these meats, including steaks, roasts, and chops, need to reach 145 degrees after a 3-minute rest period. And then all chicken and poultry need to be cooked to an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. And then without using a meat thermometer, you might be tricked into thinking that the meat is done based on how it looks, but it might not actually reach a safe internal temperature because the outside meat browns quickly on a grill. So as you're cooking these meats in at your picnics and grilling, all cooked meats need to maintain a temperature of 140 degrees before serving. And then you can keep the meat on the side of the grill away from direct heat or placing it in an oven warmed at 200 degrees. And so many people think of meat when they think of grilling, but that is not the only thing that can be tasty when cooked on the grill. You can grill a lot of fruits and vegetables. So the fruits that might grill well are peaches, pears, pineapples, bananas, apples, and melons. And then you want to select firm fruit that is not overripe. If you're grilling an overripe fruit, it can end up too soft, mushy, and the texture might not be great. And then vegetables. So corn on the cob, asparagus, and eggplant, other big vegetables like that can be placed directly on the grill. But other smaller or chopped vegetables like zucchini, onions, squash, you chop those up, wrap them in aluminum foil with a little bit of oil and seasoning before you grill.
Okay, so we had the discussion of some great tips, but we know there may be you that are out there that are extending out to develop campfires. So not only is grilling and nutrition safety important to outdoor cooking, but there are considerations when incorporating a campfire, should you choose to implement that in your time outdoors. The first thing we like to discuss is actually how do you build the campfire? You want to build campfires away from overhanging branches, steep slopes, rotten stumps, logs, dry grass, and leaves. Keep the campfire at a minimal and small, a good bed of coals around that surrounding fire by rocks, giving plenty of heat. You use an existing fire ring. You never want to leave a campfire unattended. Even if you see a small breeze coming through quickly, it could cause the fire to spread. You want to start with some dry twigs, sticks, and remember a good fire builder never needs gas or kerosene to start a fire. Add your larger sticks as the fire starts to build up. Avoid using saws, hatchets, breaking off branches from the trees. Dead and down wood burns very easily. Put the big pieces on the last, pointing them towards the center and then pushing them into the flames. And then use wood no longer than a diameter of an adult wrist. So we've had that lovely, delightful campfire, but we can't just leave it there. We've got to be able to put that campfire out. So here are some tips to follow as well too. Keep plenty of your water on hand. Have that shovel ready to throw the dirt on the fire if it gets out of control. And be sure to match it out with cold, be sure your match is out cold. Break it so you can fill the charred portion before carefully discarding it. Drown the fire with the water that you had on hand and make sure all the embers and sticks are wet. Move those rocks that you had in that center. There may be burning embers underneath. Stir the remains and then add some more water and stir again. Be sure that all that burned material that you had has been put out and cooled. Feel all materials with your bare hands. Again, that's after you've done that water stirring and all those materials are put out and keyword cooled. Make sure that no roots are burning. Campfire restrictions may indicate like such fires and fire rings only, they may be in effect. So watch out for the signs you may see wherever you are hosting that campfire and obey them. And after all we know, some of you growing up, we had that lovely Smokey the Bear that says only you can prevent wildfires.
Absolutely. And if there is a no fire, like a fire ban in effect, this happens kind of in the summer as we're typically dry, make sure you don't, even if you know all these steps and feel comfortable with it, if there's a fire ban in place, please don't continue to build campfires. All right, so we've gone over how to pack a cooler, how to grill safely, how to build and put out a campfire. And so now we will have an edible campfire demonstration and activity. As you can see on the screen, it uses some vegetables to kind of demonstrate all those aspects of the fire that Miranda was just talking about. So it's hands-on, and it's a great way to learn fire safety in a healthy and fun manner that you can do with the whole family. Thank you all, and we appreciate you coming here for this lesson today. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us or your local FCS agents, and we would be happy to help you.